People, deluded, I'm back again. Arsenal's under 21's 2, Ipswich Town 1, and we come back from behind in a cup competition to win. It's our first game, official game of the season. You know, it's our season at all levels starts now. Arsenal's first team will play against Fulham. Our under 18s and 23s alike, their respective Premier League divisions, how do I put it, start against Southampton on Friday, or under 18s might be on Saturday. I think the 23s are definitely on Friday. But today they were in action. The season starts, you know. We drew in our final pre-season game against Spurs. You know, George Lewis played well in that game and also scored, and he carried on, picked up where he left off now. And it's early days, but I think he's going to prove to be a big player at this level. He's strong, he's aggressive, he's got that healthy rawness in him. And obviously, for us, having seen now Tyrese gone out on loan, but another goal scorer, Balogun, might leave. You know, Troy Coyle's gone out on loan. Key players at this level have left. That presents opportunities for the 18s to step up and do their thing. Miguel Aziz, when he came off the bench, for instance, made a difference in this game. I think Ben Cottrell was involved in both the goals. But we need players that can affect us at this level. And for George, it's a mutual benefit, him signing for Arsenal. The goal in an ideal world is him to go into the first team, but he's given a platform where he puts himself in the shop window for other teams in England and top other leagues if he can't make it here. For us, we have an immediate player at 23's level for a year or two that can affect the game, and he played well today. And I like these playing against these men's teams, because I don't think there's many lessons to continuously learn at 23's. You know, I like players to be out of their comfort zone, and when you're Arsenal, Chelsea, Liverpool, United, Spurs, the top teams, very rarely over a course of your season do I watch games and think, do you learn anything? You know, when a centre-half holds on to the ball too long, I don't think he immediately learns the repercussions of putting it in the back of the net. You know, it's all too nice and pretty, and half the players are, you know, you might play against occasional first-team players, but it's not really often. So I like to see these occasional games. You know, I think we're technically in the same league as Gillingham, so we might get to play against Coyle and Medley. But in relation to the Ipswich game, you know, you're playing against men physically stronger, faster, fighting for their lives sort of thing. And I do think that was reflected. I think while from the get-go we looked like on the counter we could pose threats when we get breaking numbers and get forward, I think we kind of struggled in the first opening period. I think it was all Ipswich. I think they had the ball, they moved it around a bit slicker, they had it in our half a bit more. They had, while I don't think they were threatening us, they had the more opportunities than us. I think we were in games, especially against senior teams, these young men have to learn. You have to be proactive. You need to earn the right to play from the minute off. You can't let the team, you know, get their bearings and get comfortable. You need to be at it, you need to be aggressive, and that's why I like these sort of games, because this is what these players have to learn, because it weren't there. At a time we didn't necessarily look up for this, and I did think our defending was quite poor for that goal. Ball comes over from the right hand side. Bowler's got to develop. If he wants to have a snowball's chance of playing at first team's level, he's got to do better. Balls come over from the right hand side. Our left back is not aware of literally what's over his shoulder. McGuinness could have done better with his header in the build up to this. It's just terrible, and eventually Ipswich pull it in. They go 1-0 ahead, and I think they deserved it based on how they started. I did feel towards the end, well, the second half of the first half, after about 20 odd minutes, 30 odd minutes, we started to settle. We started to play football. Salahudeen was getting on the ball. George Lewis is making runs. I feel Balogun is making himself a nuisance. Cottrell looks up for this. Want to see a bit more from Jordan McNeff, to be fair with you. I think he's not doing enough, in my opinion, in these roles. Probably why he got subbed at half time. Yeah, man, and I think we was putting together moves. We're starting to play a bit slicker. Dan on the right hand side at right back's getting forward. We're starting to move it a bit quicker. We're starting to do things in 1 or 2 touch. We're starting to play with a spring in our step. We've started to really calm down, and you know, there was a lovely move from I believe everybody was involved, but I think it ended with Balogun having an effort and it went out for a corner. It's from that corner that we didn't score from the corner, but eventually, you know, Ipswich failed to clear their lines. It's initially cleared, you know, and there's some 1-2s. I think Ben Cottrell actually plays it through to George Lewis. Cannot remember, but either way, Lewis, who had a good game against Spurs, you know, he's popped up and he scored, and it's 1-1, and you know, it's his debut. He's playing against a senior team and he scored, and this is what I mean. Yeah, like I said, I don't know too much about him in Norway or wherever he was before he signed for Arsenal, but from what you see in research, he did have some level of senior experience, so you can't underestimate how much that has benefited him when he's going to play 23's football. Obviously, at 20 years of age, he's one of the oldest as well. That does help. But either way, you know, Ipswich failed to clear their lines. It's 1-1. It's calm now. We've got ourselves back into the game. Second half, I think we was much better. What I wanted to see from the first half, we're playing football. Everybody wants the ball. Nobody's cowering. I think Miguel Aziz, you know, he's got to show at this level he can boss it. But I think when he came off the bench, there was an immediate improvement. You know him. When he takes up that deep line midfield role, he wants the ball. He's calm in possession. He's not panicking. And, you know, our second goal was a thing of beauty. A lovely team move again started from our goalie. I think Miguel Aziz actually plays it to Ben Cottrell. Ben Cottrell's been buzzing around all game. He plays it through to Balogun. Balogun really should be on the score sheet and have a brace already. But, you know, he's played into space. You know the thing with Balogun. You know, Balogun slots it is 2-1. Balogun does what he needs to do. And to be fair, with every goal, you know, you can imagine Balogun, his price should be going up. Or there's more pressure on him. And I'm going to be sad to see him leave if it does happen. Small hope he signs a new deal. But I think in relation to this game, we deserve to go 2-1 ahead, people. And generally, I think we managed the game a bit well. I think, you know, there were a couple heart and mouth moments, a couple nervy moments where Ipswich could have scored. But generally, I think we done enough and it was a good way to start the season. Like I said at the beginning, or over the course of this vid, there is several lessons we need to learn and take heed from. Starting games strongly against big teams, not conceding cheap goals, taking your chances. It sounds elementary, but this is the life you lot want to live if you're going to play senior football. You know, at 23s, you can do all the analysis and all the self-reflection you want. You can at first team level, but it's unforgiving. So this is why I like these sort of games, people. They immediately see things they can learn. The defenders immediately have reference points where they could have done better. Balogun, immediate reference points as well. And I think Balogun and Lewis in particular coped well. I think Ben Cottrell coped well. You're looking at Ben and Aziz to kind of step up at 23's level and take their game to a next height and take it to oppositions, in my opinion. So, yeah, what can I say? We started off the cup competition well. We did what we needed to do, people. What can I say? On that note, I'm going to get out of it. It's always a pleasure. Deluded, I'm out.